My name is Jim Thomas, and welcome to the Fitness Management Update. Our topic today is managing your daily productivity. One of the things we find too often in clubs is, we'll ask them, what is your expectation for the day? What is your quota? What are you on track to do? And people don't know. They don't have the answer. And one of the things that we suggest you use is what we simply refer to as a daily, membership sales productivity report. And what I want to chat about here are some of the things that we want to look at when you're tracking these numbers and things that where you want to be. Okay. First is you must know your numbers, and you need to know your quota, your expectation in unit sales, in cash, in dues. You need to know what your projections are so you can make decisions throughout the month. You need to know how many appointments do you need every day, what's your show percentage, what's your closing percentage. All of these things are going to come into play, but you must know your numbers. You're going to make decisions on that every single day. Otherwise, you're really just guessing. Okay. Now, in terms of that daily production and what's expected, and we're talking about this, kind of from that salesperson's, standpoint here, is number of contacts. The people that we see that do the best job in the industry, they're making between 20 and even as many as 30 contacts per day. And what a contact is defined as is actually making an outbound call, getting a hold of somebody, giving your presentation, and then dispositioning that thing forward. Now, also, just so you know, to get that 20 to 30 contacts, people they're making to do that 100 calls, 100 dials of the phone per day. Okay, which means they've got a good steady flow of leads coming in. So 20 to 30 contacts, and for the purposes of this, and depending on where you're at, let's just use the number 20 contacts per day. So if every person who's in the sales capacity in your club is doing that, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Now, what we also want to see in this daily productivity report, and this is an individual report, you'd have master appointment sheets also, we want to see your daily appointments. And what we'll typically look at, and we're talking about, top producers here. We're not talking about folks that are, kind of piddling along. But a top producer, between 6 and 7 new appointments per day, and then between 3 and 4 resets per day. So you're going to have, 10, 11, 12 appointments per day. And what's going to happen, say you have, say it's 12, just for an easy number. You have 6 of them show up, you sign up 3, you're working 20 days, it's 60 sales in a month. And so that's, a simple example of how you could use these numbers to know where you need to be. So there needs to be an accountability to have these numbers. Now, prospecting, we like to see each individual rep, have at least 15 things that they are doing on a regular basis to drive traffic. They've got a responsibility to drive business into the club, not just to sit and wait for things to happen. And generally speaking, we want to see them working 3 of those things every day. And depending on where that person is and what their track record is, the manager might give them that direction. Once they've established themselves and have kind of proven themselves, they could decide that for themselves. So, what are they going to do every day for prospecting? Okay. And we want to see every line filled up on this page. Okay. And then at the end, we're going to review it. And what we like to see is that salesperson, they can't leave until they check out with the manager. They have to check out, did you hit your commitment for the day? What was your actual? How are we looking for tomorrow? What worked well? What didn't work? But there must be an accountability to that production at the end of the day. They just don't leave. They did 1 sale, they did 0 sales, and they go home. You can't have that happen. There has to be an accountability as to, what worked, what didn't. If it worked, let's continue doing it. If it didn't, how do we fix it? All right. My name is Jim Thomas. This has been the Fitness Management Update. We'll look forward to talking to you next time.